You guys ever had one of those days? Like one of those days like everything goes wrong? I feel like I say that in every video. It's like, that's been all day today. And the rest of the week. And also last week and the whole month and the month before that. That's just my whole life. Just one of those days where everything goes wrong. So I recorded so much stuff. We're here on Free to Win account where we got C1 and RTA. We're going to take a look at some gameplay of that. But the audio was non-existent for hours worth of gameplay. So we're going to take a look at some rematches. Let's see a clip of me playing the game with no audio. That's wonderful, isn't it? So anyway, let's take a look at some replays of getting C1 with only 2 and 3 star monsters. Completely free to play runes, free to play everything. No 4 stars, no 5 stars, just 2 and 3 star monsters. Second wake monsters, regular 2 and 3 star monsters, whatever. That's just truly how easy it is this season. So actually, why did I not go with the werewolf? Usually I go with the werewolf. Oh, because he's got ignored defense. The Drunken Master has ignored defense. That's why I went with the werewolf. And then or that's why I went with the Drunken Master. He's got the ignore defense, which is going to be nice against the Lulu, because the Lulu's going to have immunity, and then the Veramos, which is going to just, like, if you get a defense break on him, he's just going to take it off anyway, right? And then also the Drunken Master has some sustain on him, too. So he's kind of like, I always feel like he's like a budget Chow. And I don't have a Chow. So, but the Wind Werewolf, if you guys don't know, the Wind Werewolf increases the cooldowns on things. Look, 31k! 31k! That's decent damage. And then did decent damage. I mean, we out-runed them by a country mile, even on free to win. That's why you farm runes, guys. We beat this Dark Demon team. They picked like garbage, though. So, first off, number 1, Fighter 1 player. They pick like garbage. Dark Demon, if you just hit him last and attack power break him, he cannot do anything to your team. He's very easy to beat if you just save him till last. The only problem is if you save him till last, sometimes he can just nuke your team and he's got to ignore defense, right? So just make sure that he doesn't get turns or his attack power broken. I think we're fighting against Com2uS directly in this one over here, so picks a lot of wind stuff. So of course I'm going to pick some fire CC control type units. Has an LD. We're gonna keep the LD. I want to keep all the LDs in the matches for content because it's more fun. Look at this. He's got that Lima had like 0.5 speed. There was no like. What is the point of getting LD5s if you don't have runes for them? Like the LD5s could not really have helped him very much. I mean, we fought like a decent amount of people with LD5s today, and really, they just didn't have runes. And, like, you guys get so hung up about, like, oh, yeah, you got to make sure you get LD5s. Get LD5s. How do I get LD5s? We got to get LD5s. I don't have LD5s. Like, get the effing runes first, and then if you get the LD5s, wonderful. But get the runes first, because what are you going to do with the LD5s with no runes? Danae. I mean, she's probably watching this in the background or something. She's like, just, oh, it's a podcast, whatever. And it's like, oh, crap, oh, what? But yeah, Fire Bear is pretty fun as well. I know some people think that you can only use Fire Bear if you have Nyx, but no, that's not the case. Fire Bear he's a decent CC unit, and he does some decent damage with skill 1 based on HP, and he also has I think it increases his damage. Let's go take a look real quick at the Fire Warbear's skill 1. Increased damage when counter-attacking. Thrash the enemy, inflicting damage proportion to your max HP, and he's an HP tank. Attack has an 85% chance to reduce enemy's attack bar by 25, and then the afflicted damage increased by 200% when counter-attacking. Yes, please. That's a lot of damage. And then he's got the counterattacks here. He's got provokes and counterattacks, and then he's got this over here as well, which decreases attack power and provokes as well. So, yeah. Very nice. Very nice Provoke CC unit. So basically what I'm doing here with my first 3 picks is I'm taking 1 light, 1 wind, 1 water. I just want to have one of each element, like 3 different elements, not to go super heavy into wind or super heavy into water or super heavy into fire or whatever. I kept both LDs in because that is the fun content. He bans at the frame. But with the first 3 picks, I have defense breaks, sustain, some kind of healing. We had the healing with the Fran. We have, I thought that was going to kill him there, but it wound up not killing him. But yeah, we have defense breaks. We have some kind of sustain, either Fran or Vigor, and then we have some speed buffs either with Vigor or the Bernard, right? And then if we want to try to contest speed, and we want to, that was a nice ignore defense. That was lovely. If we want to contest speed, we can go for, like, the Water Cat is 119 base speed, and we have her on Swift. We have her very fast, like 300-ish speed. And then we also have Bernard at like 300-ish speed as well. So, oh, that AoE team reflect damage. Ignore defense, but we didn't, you know, crit because it's water. And we don't have max crit on this Beast Hunter anyway. So, yeah, so those are my first 3 picks. It's just they're very flexible. You can pivot into different things. Also, they can be decent bruiser style units. So, sustain. I was going to say sustain and heals. Sustain, defense breaks, and speed buffs for turn cycling. That's why I picked those 3 units as the first 3. The other one is wearing placements. This one is after placements. This one is actually a loss, but we'll talk about it a little bit. I thought that we could have some kind of opening to be able to cut in, because they got a lot of CC. I banned out the one that has the defense break and the pure damage. This way, I was like, I'll just take the CC. Either Rakuni's going to do some things, or Fran's going to resist, or Lulu's going to resist, or something's potentially going to resist. I'm going to be able to cut in at some point and eventually have this, like, little comeback mechanic. Rakuni's going to, you know, because it's passive. It doesn't really, he doesn't need specifically to be, you know, his skills to be active or whatever. It's just a passive. So I figured Rakuni was going to do a little bit more here for us, but he got a lot. That Light Monkey, man, I feel like the Light Monkey does not do as much CCs when I use him. I mean, he's a fantastic unit, but he always resists, something doesn't resist, but yeah, he managed to get a lot of stuff, and then he had some decent damage with that. Samoth was doing good damage to the Fran, so yeah, but he was fast, he was cycling a lot of turns, and then we don't have, if you come across a team like this, Juno's strong, Josephine's strong, Vertiheal's very strong, Veramos, things like that. So, yeah, so what else? Other things that, oh, there's another good one, but I'm not going to say it because I'm going to wait for a video because I want to do it on a video because no one's using this. But yeah, there's another good unit for that. Like the Fire Monkey also, because Fire Monkey can't be CC'd. Water Lich is another one. Both of those also have leader skills. Water Lich is a HP leader skill. Fire Monkey has a defense leader skill. But I figured we were gonna at some point cut in a little bit more, and I figured Rakuni was gonna help us out a little bit to cycle a little bit and get a violent proc somewhere. Like, we just kept not getting any openings because I couldn't, like, if we had one opening, I could have really. I was trying to go for that monkey. If we got that monkey down, we would have been able to make a comeback. But we never actually got the monkey down, unfortunately. So yeah, this one was a loss. GG. So here is another light monkey match. So he's going for Lulu first pick, and then he goes 2 speed leads with strips, and then he goes for a lot of CC, but he doesn't. We banned. I learned the lesson. We banned the light monkey, and then he's got the Fry, but he doesn't have any defense breaks. That's one of the things. He's got the Lulu for sustain, but like he could have just he would have been better off having some more aggressive defense breaks. Because I mean, he did get the CCs. Also, I actually played this wrong. I realized this. Like, as I was doing it, I was like, oh, crap. I could have, like, there's this point right here where, oh, never mind. I think maybe the point already passed, but I played it wrong where I could have done that to Fran earlier, I think. I don't know. I just remember playing wrong at the... you always play wrong. But, yeah. This Drunken Master, as soon as he gets a turn, he's going to ignore defense on that Varad. Varad's a defense-based unit, so we'll see how much HP he has or how much defense he has. That's actually not the defense skill. That is the what was it, third skill? Is that what we used? Or the second? No, that was the third skill, because we used the second skill earlier. So, yeah, but I figure he may have, there we go, that's the ignore defense, the first skill. But he can combo his third skill into his first skill as well. This one was a rough match, I'm not gonna lie. This one was kind of tricky. I'm thinking, how am I gonna counter this with Nat 2 and Nat 3 monsters with the runes that we have? So I was like, well, we have 2 things that we can take turn 1. I was hoping that we could blast that Daphnis out. We barely blasted him out. I think I remember having to with the trying to get the kill shot with the Lulu. I'm like, we have to do this. And then the monkey, I think the monkey got a decent amount of turns as well. Monkey obliterated this cat. There's really not that much you could do. Like, that cat's kind of squishy after the first turn. So she could take out Daphnis's, but yeah. And then bye-bye cat. If she only had a little bit more tankiness. Or a little bit more damage. Because if we had the more damage, we could have... Maybe we could have done something else with Lulu instead of skill 1. I'm trying to think of what the situation was at the very beginning when she... Because if she didn't have that defense break, she would have stayed alive. And this would have been a... This would have been a very different matchup. But yeah, this one was kind of tricky. But luckily, Bernard does decent damage. I was hoping also... This is why you grind your runes, kids. Because I was hoping to kill that Bastard a little bit earlier. We didn't kill the Bastard early enough. We didn't... I mean, we barely kept this Bernard alive, right? But also, Bernard, slot 6 was not maxed. So, that Bernard would have had a better chance to stay alive if his slot 6 was actually maxed. So, yeah, max your runes, max your grinds, grind your grinds, gem your gems. Make sure your units are, skill them up too, right? Because you want the best chance to win. Sometimes it just comes down to like these little situations. These little moments. All right, so we got the body slam over there, and then we're going to... Yep, there we go. This one was a rough one. Those oracles are so strong with the additional damage skill 1. Also, anyone that picks Riley the Wind Totemist is like... I feel like they know at least what they're doing. So, yeah, and then we ban out the Wind Monkey, because Wind Monkey can be super annoying, especially if we're taking in some squishies. But I'm questioning if that was even... I don't think that was actually the right ban. That was the ban that my heart told me to do, but I don't think that was actually the right ban. So, then we get the attack power buff, we have the slows, and then we have the CCs here. So we're actually in a decent spot, and it's all based on, like, RNG. Do we CC Praha? Do we CC the other things? Do we attack gauge reduce? Ankle shot, we get the stun on Praha, and then we get a little bit decreased attack gauge. So this kind of... Actually, was that... I don't think that was really necessarily the turning point. That was kind of poopy, but I don't think that really lost us the match. That not stunning was kind of painful. And then we have... I mean, the Riley was actually a good pick here. So, and then we get sleep, so that sleeping for a few turns was kind of painful. I think that was more impactful than Praha proccing the first time. And then also the stun on C, because if Ciara didn't stun, if Ciara was CC'd and she didn't get a turn, then we would still have 4 units on the field, right? So, yeah, the AoE sleep, I think, was really the turning point of the match. And then it also not stunning the Ciara. But there's nothing that we can do here, so GG. This next one was fun. They pick 2 fast, aggressive strippers at the very beginning, so you know they're going to go for like a control cleave kind of thing. So we're like, okay, we're already picking some bruisery-style units. I go for the Water Frankenstein since they picked 3 fire units. I'm like, let's just go for Water Bruiser. And then let's go for Lulu, so we have double immunity there, right? So the only reason I targeted Chiwu there is because he was the only one that had, you know, he was the only one that gave us an opportunity to actually get a defense break on him, right? So, we have enough immunity here that I'm really not too concerned about this. Again, additional... I mean, he got the lucky stun, but we also got the lucky additional turn there. So, 25% chance and a 22% chance. And then we get 2 stuns on our units. Oh my god, I was using Rika the other day. She stunned nobody the entire match. I was like... I don't know what... Not this account. I don't remember which account it was. I have Rika on a few accounts, so I don't remember which account it was. But yeah. I think it might have been the Europe account. I don't know. But yeah, at this point, I'm not really too concerned. They have 2 CC units, and we have double immunity. So... And we got double immunity, we got turn cycling. We're just gonna put some damage into this. We got a lucky crit there. We're gonna put some damage into the druid, and then yeah, GG. This next one is a little bit scary because you got the Diana in there. I like to ban Diana on this account because we don't have a lot of good options. Diana's pretty nasty against our team, so he bans out the crit resist. Crit resist was a nice thing against. I mean, crit resist could just not work. She could just crit anyway. But yeah, then we got some CCs. We got the CC on the Molong. I was hoping to get the CC on the Feng Yan. Sorry, I was hoping to get a CC on the or a strip at the very least on the Molong so that we could decrease his attack age and stun him with the Eloin, but we did not get that opportunity. So then we go for the ankle shot. And right now we're just playing the control game. We're playing the try to turn cycle and then do some damage. Bernard's our damage dealer, and then some additional damage with the Fire Fairy artifacts. Not even that much though, really. Not even that much with the Fire Fairy artifacts, because she could do some decent damage. And then he goes for the Reckless, but it doesn't kill. But oh yeah, I think this was a close match actually. That's why you grind your runes. That's why, that's a perfect example of every little bit of grinds and gems, because the Fran survived longer. Like, this would have been a different match if the Fran was out of the picture. So, she survived again. She survived again. She's still in the match. And then oh, this wasn't a close match. Was I thinking of something else? Maybe I was thinking of something else. Yeah. But that's why it's important to have rune efficiency. Like, even if it's not super, even if you don't have 290 speed violent units, to have rune efficiency in some way of can your units survive a reckless assault? Well, this Fran had just enough HP. She probably doesn't have an amazing HP, but she probably had just enough HP she definitely had just enough HP to survive a reckless assault, which, it's nice that we grinded the runes to give her that little extra bit of, did it roll a 5? Let's get a 7 on that HP. Let's at least get it a little bit higher than it was before. Try to keep doing our best to make our units more efficient overall. And then they can, if you survive Reckless Assault, that's still, we still have 4 units on the board, right? So we can make a little bit better of a comeback. Same player again. We fought them again. They picked different units this time. We're going to ban the Diana. I mean, they probably think we might ban which we do ban the Diana. It's an obvious Diana ban there. They ban the Eloin because they see the true power of Eloin. Also, they got a bunch of water and fire, fire, and light units on their side. So Eloin's very strong against that. And then she gets I think I remember this Josephine proccing a decent amount. You know what? Sometimes I remember things happening, remember things proccing a decent amount. And then that was actually a bad decision on my part. I realized that afterwards. I even mentioned it in the original with no audio. Yeah, this Josephine is proccing. It's not my imagination. But I should have split targets there. And then the Reckless Assault. And then bye-bye Fran. We still have a sustain though. So, and then just wanted to make sure that we had, because they only have 1 damage dealer now. I think they do still almost win here though. I don't know why I was going for that Molly she wasn't gonna have max resist. Of course that Molly's gonna have max resist. But yeah, I don't remember what I was saying now. I don't remember what I said. I was saying something, and it was probably profound. It was probably not profound. Okay, yeah, I don't know why we keep look at all that CC. Look at it, between the Josephine and the Molong, we're getting completely CC'd. Lovely. Oh, I think I raged on this one. I was like, could you please stop getting extra turns? I'm kind of losing now. So this was really nasty though. This was really nasty. This was so close, right? So we barely just Bernard, a little bit of damage from Bernard, and we're still in the match though. That's the thing. We're still in the match. So, enough damage that we just barely killed there. So now, it's all about turn cycling and turn denying. We're trying to get as many turns as we can. We're trying to slow the Molly down. We body slam. We do a little stuns there. She gets a turn. She increases. She's on Nemesis. She's increasing her attack bar. Luckily, they didn't completely max their Molly. So, she's only level 36. Which is helping us because she does not have that extra HP to be annoying, that extra defense, etc., etc., etc. So that's why you max. They could have potentially won that if they maxed their runes, maxed their monsters levels, etc., etc., etc. Because that was a very, very close one. And this last match was so anticlimactic, so uneventful, as it seems to have been going for RTA just in general. Is anticlimactic, uneventful. They have the wacky picks. I don't know. They have a speed lead, and then they have the Daphnis and the Leo. Also, they're autoing. They're Chinese, so of course they're autoing. I don't know why that's a surprise. Like Bagel, we could tell there's a Chinese flag. Of course they're going to be autoing. But yeah, Tessarion does damage based on speed, and then you have the Leo in there as well. I mean, the Leo does counter the Bernard, but And then I just picked the Fire Cat because I was like, oh, okay. I guess we'll pick the Fire Cat then. They're picking some wind units. They're picking some fire units. Let's pick the Fire Cat. And then I think I was just like, whatever at this point because they're not... Like, there's no chance for them to win because they're just not even playing. And then their units are kind of wacky as well. So, yeah. I think I'm just going to kill the Samoth. Clearly not. Clearly we're not going to kill the Samoth. But yeah, I should have already killed the Samoth though. I don't know why I didn't. Wait for us to get a defense break on before killing the Samoth. That makes a little bit less sense actually. But yeah, there's nothing they can really do. Actually, the Leo resists, if I recall correctly. Leo resists a decent amount of stuff. But I mean, they basically threw the match though. So this is like we're not even seeing anything exciting. They threw the match by not playing the match and picking weird things. I mean, not weird things, just weird pick order and then weird units together. So, like, if you're going to pick a Leo, like, I would expect some other things with the Leo than, you know, Daphnis to Sarion. I don't know, guys. It's Fighter 3, which is equivalent to Fighter 1 last season. People are going to be offended by it. People are going to be like, wow, Bego, really? Fighter 3 is equivalent to Fighter 1 last season? Oh, we actually don't kill. But he's not even playing, so it doesn't really even matter. But yeah, that's how we got C1. Because they changed the ranks. We got C1 by them changing the ranks, and then we also got C1 by someone throwing the match. So yeah, then we went through and bought a whole bunch of wings because we had a whole bunch of points. And then the game decides to crash mid-sentence, which is always wonderful. We were having... Actually, I was a little bit, like... triggered and pissy when we were doing the matches anyway because there were so many connection issues. Oh my god, there were so many connection issues. So yeah, and then we bought a whole bunch of wings. Right. You're gonna crash again? What are you gonna do? See, we got wings for all our little toys. I wish we brought... He didn't have runes, that's why we didn't bring him in more. But I wish we brought him in. There's some other fun units that we could have brought in as well. Also, I kind of got some more transmogs after, like with the pieces. Because guys, if you farm, crazy novel concept, especially rifts, either R5 or rift beasts. You will actually get. They seem to be dropping more. They seem to drop more of these stones. But yeah, you will get these by just doing that. So I got some like little transmoggies for you. She's gonna be so beautiful. I want to play around with some other stuff like Sia. There was an opportunity in that match where we picked the Water Frankenstein. We could have also picked... Oh, I should show you guys a little bit of the... Like, the runes are very mediocre. The runes are worse than mediocre, to be honest. So this one, we could have actually picked him against the... Rico, which would have been fun. They probably would have banned him anyway because they were like, I don't know what that does. But gains immunity against continuous damage, decrease attacker's attack speed for 2 turns with 50% chance when attacked. So that could have been fun. Then we have this AoE defense break as well. And then this one is a stun. Yeah. So that's a fun one. Or maybe, I don't know. I have not ever built him. I am aware of what he does. I've just not built him. Let's take a look at some of the runes on some of the things that... So this is Werewolf, which we're using, right? Oh, he's not finished. He's not finished. But yeah, we have runes on him. So that's that. Additional damage from fire. Oh, that's nice to have on him. What was that? Damage received from wind. That's what I want a little bit more, is damage received from wind. Additional damage, 87% of speed. Defense plus portion, blah, blah. Speed plus portion of lost HP. Okay, and then we have that HP on him. Is he... I assume he's max skilled, right? This guy is on, or girl or whatever, I don't know, is actually not as fast as it could. This is not what you want here. You want a lot of recovery on here. Damage received from wind minus XYZ. Damage received from water minus as well. But this should have higher oh, you guys can't see the resistance. This should have higher resistance. Would be nice. I mean, it is free to win, so we just gotta do what we gotta do what we gotta do. But yeah, it would have been nice to have more tankiness, more speed, more resistance on there. That's really all you need for Lulu, is just speed, HP resistance, and some defense too. And then we have this one. She is... We used her a little bit, right? Yeah. Well, we don't have to worry too much about the crit rate. But this is speed, crit damage, attack. On here. Again, this is free to win, guys. This is the free to win series on the free to win account, on the free to win everything, where we only 2 and 3 star monsters for the dungeons, for everything. We're not even farming with Tricario because that's a Vertiheal. Well, actually, we are farming with Tricario. It's just a different Tricario. We got this guy who actually has, fun fact, this is a blue rune. Wonderful. You guys like, wow. Also, that wasn't I grinded that after I figured out that wasn't grinded. After the video. So yeah, he is 100% accuracy though. 100% accuracy. And really not any... Is that one of the... Is that attack? No, it's not attack. He really doesn't have as much stats as he should. He really doesn't. He really doesn't. Then we have this guy who's like a budget Chow kind of, right? He should be faster. Like, look at this. Look at what we actually have on these units. We just have them, like, we're just trying to max them. We're just trying to make them efficient as we can, and do some wings. This guy never actually made it through, did he? He's decently fast. We might wind up putting these on something else, because he's decently fast. Well, he's, like, who else are we going to stick on Vampire with defense, now that I think about it? But anyway, what else did we... I think we used... Oh, she could have more accuracy, actually. Over here. So 32%. So maybe I shouldn't complain too much about it not landing. But it does have a lot. 4 to 6 times. So if we had more additional damage on the artifacts... This has 142% of speed, but we need like a lot more of this. We need the additional damage. Actually, we can convert this. We could have done this. Yeah, that would have been nice to have for the battle. We would have had a little bit of easier time. Additional damage. Oh, we do have some additional damage here as well, but not really as much. Okay, well, you know how I said about maxing your runes? I did not. Well, I probably realized that this wasn't maxed, but yeah, these. Oh my God, we would have actually had a better time. This would have been easier if we actually had this stuff maxed. So, yeah. But she's just the only thing that her damage is coming from the additional damage artifacts, not from her actual damage, because she's got plus 395, which is nothing. And then what do we have? This guy. He's on some weird stuff. Okay, he's double revenge and blade, just to get stats on him, and because I think it's hilarious when he revenges and he snipes something. I think it's amazing. So I wanted him to have decent enough tankiness, but also enough damage to potentially kill something. But he is there for like revenge hits and killing things, just to mess with people. This is 301. Oh, we did a nice about that maxing things, right, guys? So we would have had a little bit easier of a time with some of these matches if we actually maxed out our stuff. So, shame bagel. Do we have this max? I mean, these are at least max skills. But yeah, and then I think we use this for something. He's got more potential. He's kind of like a bruiser thing that also increases enemies' cooldown. Deal additional damage that is proportional to your max HP. Increase the target skill cooldown time by 1 turn each. So yeah, he's kind of... Oh, there was an... Oh, what the... I was not going to say anything mean or naughty, guys. Oh, my God. Okay, but we didn't really use it. Guys, grind your runes. Guys, Bagel says grind your runes. We didn't use him that much, though. I don't think we used him in like one match or something, right? So, yeah. Yeah, I just edited that part out. This guy is going to be so good. I don't know why he's not ruined, but he's actually pretty good. Oh, we showed this guy, didn't we? Speed HP. Just, it's really not. Look at this. 14. That's a grinded 14, guys. That's garbage on top of garbage. That's nothing impressive. That's not even close. That's less impressive than not impressive. That's a doo-doo sandwich right there. So yeah, that guy, and then we have Fran, who is only on plus 130. But like this is nothing. I mean, this is not even nothing to write home about. This is like guys. This is free to play lifestyle. Okay, this is attainable. This is not like I don't want you to think like just put effort in. So yeah, we got 27. We got a. That's sad to see. That is very sad to see. Oh, this is so much more potential. So much more potential. These artifacts. These are kind of these are doo-doo artifacts. But yeah, I mean, like there you go. You don't need god tier anything. You don't need god tier. I mean, just put effort. Just effort. That's it. Just effort. Just effort. Apparently, you don't need runes grinded or gemmed or anything or runes maxed. I really thought that these things were maxed more. Okay, I'm gonna go max these stuff now. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Very easy to get C1 now. As I kind of said in the other video as well, but people disagreed with me. They're like, no, Bagel, you don't understand. There's a whole bunch of LD teams and LD teams and LD teams and LD teams. And I'm like, use doesn't mean they have runes. If they have all the crazy LDs and the runes and the skill, then that's a different story and they will climb. But like it's very easy to get C1, guys. I know you disagree with me, but that doesn't make it true. That doesn't make it true. So anyway, that's it for this one. See you guys always. You guys like, I hate you, Bagel. I know you hate me. I'll see you guys always in the next one.